Hi and welcome to our first installment of Beyond the Gym here at Limitless Fitness. This is a series that we've decided to put together for the beginning and novice lifter to have a better understanding of why we do the lifts, how to do them correctly, and kind of something to look back on to in case you're in the middle of a lift and forget how exactly is this supposed to look. Something I'd just like to point out in the beginning, I know there's a lot of power lifters out there. A lot of you guys are competitive in the sport. Again, this is designed for beginners and just a reference for people to look back on. So what we plan on covering in this video series is to start off with the three main lifts. So again, that's deadlifting, squatting, and benching. Number one, we want to focus on deadlift. Why do we want to focus on deadlift first? Because if you are on your own, so you're leaving the studio and you decide to do your own workout somewhere else at your own gym or your private gym, deadlifting is a complete total body exercise. What I mean by that is not only is it a compound movement, we're using several muscle groups at the same time, you're using every muscle group from your heels all the way up to your neck or your shoulders or your traps, whatever you want to call it. Primarily, deadlifting is a leg exercise. So you could see people doing it on a back day. That's just what they choose to do. But basically, all of the power you want to generate is from your legs. So a lot of the form that we'll go over, a lot of the key points that we'll focus on is going to be starting with hip angle, back angle, and hip drive. And the reason behind that is because as long as those key opponents are in check, then you don't have to worry about your form as much. It's more of a comfortable thing that you'll just learn to adapt to and how it feels. Another thing you'll notice as we get into the actual movement part is that you won't see mirrors either in front of me or behind me. The reason behind that is because we're again talking about back, cervical, thoracic, lumbar, everything keeping it in a straight line. So if I have a mirror in front of me, human nature dictates that I want to see how I look while I'm doing this, so I'm going to tilt my head up and cause a whole bunch of back issues that we're trying to prevent in the long run. So follow your coach's lead, follow whoever you're working with's lead, try to choose videos that you are comfortable with the person that you're following, but basically the next thing we're going to do is go over the lift. You can see how the lift is done in person, and if you have any questions or comments, please feel to comment below or reach out to us here at Limitless Fitness. So doing the deadlift. While setting up for the deadlift, what you want to do is start with the bar over your midfoot. So picture you starting about an inch or so away from your shins. From there, you're going to stand completely erect, back, neck, everything in line, and starting from your hips, you're going to do what we call a hip hinge by pushing your butt back or your bum back. You then keep your back straight, bending down to the bar until you can grab onto it. Once you've reached that point and you have tension on your hamstrings and your glutes, or again your bum, you then start by driving the floor away from you, digging your heels in. Again, like we talked about, it's a leg exercise. So you start by lifting with your legs, pushing the floor away from you, keeping your arms straight, back straight, driving your hips forward, and then stopping when you've reached a complete straight position at the top. From there, you retrace your steps on the way back down, letting the bar down slowly with control, and keeping straight neutral spine. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you learned something from the deadlift form today. So please come back, check out our next video, which will be squatting, where we'll talk about all the benefits of that, and keep coming back and checking out what we have to offer here again at Limitless Fitness.